I did just notice, right, so there's 3 races left of the season, right, gang? If we look at our warehouse, we've got 4 of the current spec chassis, we've got 3 of the current spec rear wing, we've got 3 of the current spec side pod, 3 of the current spec underfloor, 3 of the current spec suspension, but then the one thing that we're most likely to break, the front wing, I've only got 2 of the current spec. Which you might be sat there thinking, well, Jack, that's fine. You know, you could emergency manufacture some, you know, do that. No, I can't do that, can I? I can't do that because we shut down the factory. So I don't know what happens if the front wing breaks during today's race. Because because obviously it has to be a like for like, but I don't have any more of the like. So do I need to put Bashir on the second one just to be safe? Maybe I should do that as a precaution. Is that... It does feel sensible, doesn't it? Just to maybe put Teo on the kind of older wing, just in case it breaks. Also, I don't really want to have to emergency manufacture a wing. And I don't know when the factory reopens. I probably should have planned that a little bit better. But, you know, I forgot to mention that happened during the Qatar America saga that the factory got shut down. But I'm sure it'll be fine. I mean, in terms of for Pusher, I mean, his engine is equally as marginal. That's the thing. Both drivers are kind of very on the edge. Of course, we've already taken an extra ERS unit with Teo, and Teo's gearbox situation is not quite as good as Albon's. If it's one of those things where if we were competing at the top, if our position in the championship was in jeopardy, it'd be a no-brainer to spend that little bit of extra money to sort out the engines. But it's just not worth spending $10 million on it. That's like an equivalent to upgrading one of our facilities at the end of the year, which we desperately need to do here at Williams because we are lagging behind in that regard. The Brazilian Grand Prix last year with the sprint weekend was quite eventful. So I'm hoping for equally eventful stuff, but hopefully beneficial eventful. There's like 2 different types of eventful races, aren't there? There's the eventful races where you get absolutely screwed, and then there's the eventful races where you're gifted like a really good finish. Not had enough of the latter this year. All right, round the final corner here. Albon will cross the line first. Albon was faster in the second sector. Who's going to be faster through the third? Albon's going to cross the line here. It's a long run, actually. 15.9. Albon beats Bashir by 64 thousandths, but it is only Q1. It is only Q1. Out-qualifying Ocon's good. Alpine are our big rival for 5th in the championship. Where is Gasly? Gasly off the pace as well. We're not using new softs here. This is kind of a safety lap for us here, but I'm a bit worried we are just going to hit some traffic. Bashir's the driver who needs to improve more. Albon's the guy further up the road who's most likely to hit all these cars coming out onto track. When I say hit, I mean metaphorically hit them on the track, not physically. I don't need him to drive into the back of anyone. Ideally. Bashir's coming out. There's a Ferrari to his left who really should be getting out the way. They didn't get out the way, did they? This track, by the way, this sector here, not good for getting through traffic. See, I could call in Albon here, but if he and Teo are doing their in-laps and everyone else is pushing, they will also just push just block everyone. The rain's coming in a minute. I could call in to save the softs, but given the fact these are U softs that we won't be using in the race anyway and probably won't need for the rest of quali, we just see out the lap. If Albon hadn't been blocked, it wouldn't have been that bad. At least he got his confidence up with an extra flying lap.
This lap time is good.
Albon would have actually improved there. And now he's just on his nice little cruisy lap as everyone else is trying to push. Look at us. Who would have thought? Is anyone on an out lap here? No. Okay, everyone's on in laps. Everyone's done so. We're through. It was never in doubt. I wasn't panicking for like 5 seconds. Okay, the tyre to start this session is the Inters. I'm going to hope it's going to dry out. I'm going to hope it's going to dry out. It's not going to dry out. It might be the driest it's going to be now. This is going to be a weird one. This is the kind of conditions that suit Albon with his adaptability particularly well. I say that, Bashir was actually quicker through the second sector by 2 tenths. Wow. Teo has outperformed Albon there through the second sector by 2 tenths. Albon gets a 112.026. Bashir... Quicker. Wow. Okay, Hamilton's gone way quicker than us there. The water level really hasn't gone up like I thought it might. So we're fueled up for 3 laps here. Where we go around, set a lap, then we do a cool down lap to charge the batteries, get the tyres temps down, and then we go again. The Inter tyres are better at surviving and lasting. Okay, so that was our second set of flying laps. We're just not going quicker. But we were also hitting traffic. We might get a clear run here on this next set. Potentially. No one come out, please. I say all of that. The track's just getting wetter. Chat, I hate to say it. I think I'm just huffing the copium. The track is now a whole, millimetre more damp than it was at the start of the session. We got our drivers on track when it was at its driest. We gave them the best chance. They failed us. They failed me. They failed you. We're not going to go quicker here, are we? We're just not. Not a good performance by either driver. One of those things, though, where I don't necessarily think it was my fault. Is that, am I allowed to say that? Like, I don't feel like I could have done much different there. Part of me doesn't want to let the drivers fight because they'll probably crash. It's usually pretty good reasoning. And also because it's the end of the season and we're quite close to the cost cap. And I don't really want to have to take extra parts because both my drivers have smashed into each other. But at the same time, content is a factor. Oh, God, there's a Haas in 9th. There's a Haas in 9th. I mean, if they want to crash into Ocon, that'd be lovely. We don't want Alpine getting points towards the end of the season. 5th place feels like a lock-in, but if Alpine were to capitalise on a few disastrous races, might not be so comfortable. Right, let's see what we can do here. Albon, don't fight teammate. Don't fight him. Do fight him. I shouldn't let them not fight through this first lap. Because they're just going to keep going alongside one another and braking. And it'll be messy. But they are next to each other, right? I don't like it. I don't like it. Well, 2 turns in and I'm already having kittens. Lads, don't crash into each other, please, for the love of God. We've taken so many penalties through this year. We've been so sensible. Albon's taken the lead, right? I don't trust Teo. I'm sorry, Teo. I'm sorry, mate. I don't trust you. You love to lock up, and the one thing I'm not having you do is lock up in the back of Albon on lap 1. But at the same time, he's taking a different line. No, I'll let them race to begin with. Once this settles down, they're racing. They're going to be teammates again. But I don't want Pachet to compromise his pace. Pachet has got only high confidence. 12th and 13th. Are we exactly where we started here? It feels like it. By the way, Albon is right up behind Lewis Hamilton, who's on the mediums. Everyone else is on the mediums. Are we on the right tyre here? Are we doing things right? I'm trying to think of circumstances in real life where you kind of do something and you look around and realise everyone else is doing something differently and you question if you're the correct person. Danny Rick's on the same tactic. You know what? That is not an endorsement. That doesn't make it likely to be the right strategy. Right, I'm going to tell Teo here not to fight. Because we need to work together to get through this pack. And move up the inside, maybe? Albon's scared to make a move. Mate, you've got very high confidence. I'm going to encourage you here. I might live to regret it. But he should be there for the taking. Need to get Teo back in DRS range as well. I don't always want to put high overtake aggression on drivers just because it leads to stupid crashes even when their confidence is high. But Pachet's right up behind again now. So that's good for Pachet's race. Okay. Are we going to make the move around the outside? Are we going to pull this off? No. But we are alongside and behind for the DRS detection. I think Hamilton has DRS here. I might be wrong. Does he have DRS? He does have DRS. But we've got it too on Albon, who's trying to make the move around the outside and just can't do it. Just hang on in there, Albon. Hang on in there, my son. Everything's fine. I'm calm. I hate the fact I've had to push that hard to make up one place. And now we've got to do the exact same on Teo. Bechet does have DRS here, but he's lost a lot of ground to those in front. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if Gasly had a little go on him and we missed it. Okay, I'm going to do something ballsy here with Albon. I want to try and get through these guys during Sector 2 and 3.
Okay. Yep.
Come on, Albon. Get the moves done. That's one. That is one. That is Kevin Magnussen done. Can we now get Lando?
Nice.
It was very nice, mate. Don't play it down. That was quality from you, son. Norris is going to have no DRS to defend this. Surely we get him through this final run-in. Surely. The tyres are on fire. I don't really want to push after this lap. It's now or never, Albon. It's now or never, my friend. And I'll tell you what, the time is now.
Low on pack.
The time is now. We love it. Now, it is going to be hard to hold on to this position, so I've got to stay pushing. Especially because Lando is now alongside us, and I think he has DRS. I think. He definitely does. He's right up our chuff. It's like two dogs in the dog park. Get away from our rear. He's going around the outside. Surely not. Surely not. If you need a bit more, you've got a bit more, Albon. If you need it, you got it. We're on the soft. Surely that's going to serve us. We're going through this winding Sector 2. Have the inside line here, but we have to get our noses ahead for the right-hander. Have we managed it? The nose is back ahead. It's not ahead at all. He's come back at us. Who is this man? How dare he? Okay. We're back ahead, but he is going to have DRS here. I mean, good news. We aren't catching up to Ocon and Russell through all this absolute nonsense. Bechet is right up behind Hamilton and Magnussen. I'll tell you what, Norris is deployed here to pull ahead. Look how far Magnussen is back now. Magnussen's got Hamilton on the outside. Albon and Norris are still scrapping, by the way. It's difficult to keep track of everything going on here. I feel like Lando's using all his battery. Just based on the gap that he's pulled. Back on attacking we go. Poor Teo's in 13th. He's got Kevin Magnussen in front of him going slowly, but I'm very distracted. I feel like Lando's got no pack here. Our fuel delta is very negative, but there's lots of laps and there's a very high chance of a safety car here. Just as long as we don't cause it, it'll be fine. And one safety car will leave us fine. I can be aggressive until about lap 30. Then I really have to worry about it. Albon around the outside. Now do we get enough of a slingshot to get DRS off the Alpine? Oh my word. Oh, we'll have DRS here again. Good tactical driving there by Albon. Bechet's failing overtakes. I have got him on top up still. Lando and Albon have been scrapping it out for so long here. This has been going on forever. There's a crash. There's a crash. But who's crashed? Kevin? Who crashed? I heard a crashing sound. Who hit who? What's happened? Oh, it's Kevin and Bechet. Kevin! Kevin! Did the Alpine just hit the wall there, or they just go mental weaving? Check the data. Check the data. Is our car okay? No damage. No damage and no penalty. Racing incident. Love that from the race director. Although I do feel like that was more Teo's fault than the one last race that he was penalised for. Okay, Albon's lost the space to Ocon, but with the tyres, that's fine. Well, that's all going on. The real battle on track is this one here. Man versus machine. First of 4 stops we'll be doing today. And it's not terrible. Under 2 seconds is what we're looking for. We're going to come out ahead of Zhou. We're going to be on the hards to the end. Hulkenberg is ahead on mediums, which he cucked a little bit. So might have to pass him on track. By the time we get to him, we might be fine. But the main thing is, it's clean air. Right, this is going to be a long stint for Teo of just topping up and just chilling it out on these hards. I don't know how good the hards are going to be as a race tyre, but we don't really have a tactical choice because of how much the softs went off in traffic. Okay, Albon's in the pits, hoping he's going to come out here ahead of Hulkenberg. The hards do appear to be a slower tyre compared to the warm mediums. I say that, we are also on top-up, so it's not really a fair test. Early stops for us here. This has been the name of our game, it feels like, this year. Our tyre temps haven't been great. We've been going for a lot of these aggressive two-stoppers on faster tyres. This weekend, I wanted to be on the good tyres. Couldn't get on them. Wanted to do soft, medium, soft. The softs didn't last. Got to compromise, got to adapt. Let's hope that this hard tyre is good. Didn't have a second set of mediums to go soft, medium, mediums. This feels like the compromise. Good time as well, by the way. Really good times by both drivers. Next car up the road for us is Danny Rick, who's yet to pit on his soft, so he'll be pitting soon. So next car up the road for us is Sonoda, who's 7 seconds ahead. We're not going to hit him for a while. This is going to be a bit of a lonely stint, I think, for both our drivers here, but it's a case of manage the hards, just while everyone else is on their mediums. I'm now wondering, are they going to go medium, soft, soft, or are these teams going medium hards to the end? Because if they're one-stopping medium hards, the fact that we're doing a two-stopper with hards being used is less than ideal. Also, Teo, despite conserving a lot here, is going to whiz past Hulkenberg, if not here, through this next bit. We have used all our battery there. I can't help but feel like out of spite here, Hulkenberg is just pushing on his used mediums.
Ricciardo is pitted.
I can't help but feel like this is just has been spiteful to us. We're alongside him. I kind of want to be behind him for the white line here, the DRS detection point. We're ahead of him, so he is going to have DRS. Is he going to have the ability to come back here with DRS? I hope not. I really hope not. Okay, we should be fine now, I think. I hope. Ocon was quite a way up the road before. I don't think we've lost time yet. The big question now is if everyone else is going for that medium strategy, how much time are we now going to lose? I think the thing that might be benefiting us here is the fact that a lot of the people who are on the medium still haven't pitted yet. And right now I think we're getting quite a big advantage on these hards over them. Perez pits from the lead of the race. Verstappen stays out. Alonso's pitting as well. Now, the question here is, are they going to put on another set of mediums? Are they going to put on another set of softs and go medium, soft, soft? Or are they going hards to the end? Perez is putting on softs. So Perez is now doing medium softs. And Alonso's also putting on medium softs. My question now is, are these teams, are they going to do medium, soft, soft? Or are they on a medium, soft, medium? Because I simmed practice, we don't have a second set of mediums, which is a bit unfortunate, but we deal with it. Stroll's in that puncher zone. Alonso's on fresh softs. No one is using the hards except us. Gasly's on his way out the pits here. And he was someone we were directly racing before, you might remember. He's probably going to obviously get us on the soft tyres via the hards. But I don't hate the spot we're in right now. Stroll's still out on track for now. Is he going to pit this lap? No. Verstappen's pitting. He's putting on soft. So all the other teams are avoiding the hard tyres. Anyone else wanting to see Stroll get another puncture? He's very puncture happy in this universe. So everyone in front of us is now slowly but surely starting to pit. That is softs for Russell. Norris is putting on hard. So Norris is potentially one-stopping here. Interesting. So where's Norris going to come out in relation to us? We're going to be ahead of Norris here, I think. Norris must be going hard to the end, unless he's going to go hard-soft. But if he's going to go hard-soft, he's mirroring our strategy, and he's now lost track position to us. Oh, Max is on the hards. I swear it showed him going on the softs. Am I going crazy? So there are a couple of teams going for the hards. I'm loving the variety in strategy this year in F1 Manager. We're seeing that in this race here. Even though everyone but ourselves and Danny Rick started on the softs, there's a lot of different stuff going on. Gasly gets Bechet, but he's on fresh softs. Stroll now pits from the lead of the race. He's on very, very worn mediums. Hamilton and Tsunoda, the only people who yet to pit. There's a yellow flag. Someone ran wide. Wasn't a serious one. Hamilton's not pitting this lap. Bottas was the man who ran wide in 16th. Just a reminder, we'll be on softs till the end when our time comes. Yuki, still not pitting. I jinxed it. Yuki's pitted. Hamilton is the only person yet to pit. He's running in P4. So Hamilton is the only person yet to pit. This has been a really common thing, hasn't it, in our universe? Hamilton constantly staying out on tyres late. I feel like Mercedes have consistently muddied him with it, to be honest. But who am I to judge? Okay, Russell is on fresh softs behind Albon here. The interesting one is actually going to be our times compared to Norris, because Norris is on hards till the end. Also, chat, there's been a fly in my house all day. And it's currently landing on my leg repeatedly. So if you see me doing any weird movements, I think it's a fly sent by Mercedes to distract me about the fact George Russell has just passed Albon. I'm livid. The fly is an inside man. Flygate. It's a remote control fly that has invaded my house to distract me. He's on softs. He's on softs. It's not worth it. We don't need to fight him here, Albon. Gasly's softs are already wearing down kind of bad, but you expect him to get us here. There's a yellow flag. Multiple cars have crashed. Who's crashed? What's happened? Stroll has a penalty. Stroll has a penalty. It's Esteban Ocon. It's Lance Stroll. I mean, they've crashed there, but it wasn't a bombastic crash. Wasn't bombastic. Now, whether or not you want a bombastic crash, I'll let you guys be the judge. It does mean that Stroll has a penalty, which once he serves, he won't be a million miles away from us. And Stroll's on hards to the end. They might have mudded him there. I wonder if Ocon has any damage. It looked kind of side to side, so it's not. If it's any damage, it's going to be damage we can't easily spot. Okay, Albon's holding on to DRS. Bashir is not. Bottas is the car behind us. He has been going quicker than us. He is on mediums. If Teo has to let him by, it's kind of fine. I'm actually sat thinking if Bottas got past us, maybe I could save the fuel that I need to save behind him without losing too much time. Sainz is on 21% one softs and Leclerc's on 26% one softs. Okay, Sainz is pitting. Leclerc is... I didn't realise that some of these soft runners are doing that. What tyres? So Perez has gone softs to the end. Is Sainz going on another set of softs? He is. Right, I'm going to pit this lap for softs with Pacher based on the fact that the AI has pitted some of their drivers for softs and we're not getting a tow. We have managed to get past Gasly, by the way. It's all kicking off everywhere right now.
The gap opens up for them.
It's all kicking off. It's a big move. Now, the interesting thing now is, Gasly, who we've just passed, is he going to have another set of softs to go on to? I have to assume he is going to go to softs again. Pacher's in the pits, but we're going to stay on board with Albon here, who I'm going to keep on deploy just to try and get close behind Norris. Who's else in the pit? Magnussen. So Magnussen's putting on another set of softs. I feel like I kind of have to pit with Albon here to cover him off. But let's see if the Ultras are sharp today. 3 good stops. Let's make it 4 for 4 with Albon in a second. We're pitting this lap. It's all action everywhere. 8th fastest. Not a great stop, but we'll take it. Everyone is pitting. Everyone is pitting. Now, the big thing for us is we've got to pit here on Albon, and then we've got to try and get past Hamilton and Norris when their hards go off.
Yeah, copy.
There's very fast pit stops in this universe. The DHL awards really have gone up a level. Russell's still out on track. So Bottas on his worn tyres. Right. Can we have 4 good stops in a row? Of course we can. Of course we bloody can. It's a 1.925. Let's go. Now, we do actually have to manage these softs. I can't do what we did at the start of this race, where I hammered the tyres stupidly, because they won't last. So where have we come out here? We're 2 seconds ahead of Gasly with Albon on softs that are as old. I guess Gasly followed us in and I just missed that. Ocon's up the road and has stopped. Sainz has stopped. Norris and Hamilton are kind of the 2 drivers to chase. Right now they're 19 seconds ahead with 19 laps left. Russell's pitting late here, by the way. There's going to be people getting a pretty strong undercut on him. Who's Albon catching up to here? Who is this? Who is this in front of us? Who is this? Someone we're lapping? Is it Zhou? Oh, it's Zhou. Okay, I was really confused. I was thinking, who are we coming up to the back of? Joey's just been lapped by the guy in 11th, by the way. All right, we've got Gasly potentially going to be pushing behind us on Albon here. Kind of feel like I need to just be in top up here just to try and get some charge if we need it to get back. But yeah, the softs here are quick. Quick versus the hards. Teo. Mon ami. Mon ami, pourquoi? Pourquoi? Ce n'est bon. Putain. Merde. Je suis bon. Je suis bon. Putain. Ah! I'm fine. He's broken me. I've switched to the French language mode. It's like where Buzz Lightyear starts speaking in Spanish. That's how you know things are bad. He is not going to make it to the end on these softs. I think I just retire him. Actually, you know what? The parts on that one. Oh, Teo! Teo, mon ami! Now we need to chase. Ocon has cleared Norris, by the way. Russell is next driver who needs to try and clear him. I mean, Russell has been backed into us here by Norris. Like, Ocon's already 2 seconds up the road and closing in on Hamilton. Stroll's going to be in trouble as well, potentially, by the way, because he's got a 5-second time penalty. I feel bad for Teo. We've kind of just forgotten about Teo. He's just chilling with Stroll and Ocon. He's having a great time with the Aston Martins. Just pretend you're in 6th, Teo. What's our lap times compared to Hamilton? Hamilton is pushing his tyres now. Wow. I have to assume he's been using charge to try and keep Ocon out of range. Also, Norris is going to get DRS off Russell this lap. It's going to make it hard to get the move done, but I think we try. Can we get it done? Very high confidence. I'm up in the overtake aggression. It's critical we overtake. It's really important, but I also don't want to run out of fuel.
Lift and coast level 3.
Yes, copy.
Do we get a run out here on the hards?
Close the gap if you can.
Up the inside? Surely not. I'm nervous. I'm nervous. Do I need to be nervous, deploy? Get the move done. Alexander Albon, take a bow, my son.
Increase lift and coast.
We're into 10th. We're in the points. Right, now we just need to follow Russell for a little bit here. Is Hamilton dropping off? Yeah, Hamilton is pulling some crazy laps out on 44% one hards. I can only assume he is full pushing away. How are we looking on pit stops today? Alexander Albon has the 5th fastest. Bashir has the 8th fastest. Chat, you thinking what I'm thinking? Teo, have a pit, mate. Have a pit. Why not? Also, pack is nicely charged. For 2 laps, we can deploy at the end. Bashir's just vibing behind the Aston Martins. Right, Bashir, what can you do here? It's not an improvement. It's a way... You know what? We've given up 1 position there to not go quicker. We won't be pitting again next lap, I don't think. Oh, Albon's dropped Russell. Now we push.
Full deploy.
2 laps, deploy.
Yeah.
Get the gap now. We've charged up the pack. Push through it. Try and get a second ahead. My concern here is that Russell's been holding something back to do the same to us. 9th place here is not bad. Ocon didn't catch Hamilton, which is really good news for us because I did worry that Alpine might score some good points here. Hamilton, by the way, what a drive he's had on that one-stopper. Stroll's got a one-stopper, but he's got a 5-second penalty that he's going to serve, so Alonso will go ahead of him. And we're done. Oh my God, the gap at the front. I didn't even see that. I'm sorry. I'm like the TV directors in real Formula 1. We didn't want to see Norris and Hamilton race to the line at Zandvoort anyway. Alexander Albon, 9th place. Considering where we started, that's not terrible. Pashare, another incident. Another incident. I feel like we're overreacting here for 9th. He's got 2 podiums this year. This is too much. What are we doing? He's got 9th. I'll tell you, this is tin pot mentality, innit? It's like when Everton survived staying up. It's tin pot as hell. Sorry, I've gone for Everton fans unnecessarily there. I don't even want to watch Perez celebrate. Perez won that race by 38 thousandths of a second. Meanwhile, Albon made up 4 places. Bashir lost 6. We don't talk about that. Where are we in the DHLers? Also, constructors. Still 28 points ahead of Alpine with 2 races left. We're pretty safe. DHL awards. We're going to get second. We're not catching Red Bull. Red Bull have a better sporting director, and it means the limit for how much they can improve their pit stops is higher. So I feel like if we want to win the DHL next year, I probably have to update my sporting director. I think we have the 5th or 6th best one on the grid in Sven Smeets. I mean, I love Sven. He's currently got 3 years left on his deal, so it wouldn't be cheap to replace him. But he might be holding us back in the DHLers. He might be holding us back.